Fine-tuning domain-specific prediction model is an effective way for solving a given task. With a growing large-scale model zoo, model selection is essential for reducing the search cost by just selecting few candidate models. However, we find existing model selection methods can fail due to the invalid assumptions and ignorance of useful set information. To solve those issues, we propose to convert model selection as a recommendation problem and learn from the past training history. Specifically, we extract the meta-information from datasets and models as features, and use those transfer learning performance as the target score. With thousands of training jobs, a recommendation system such as factorization machine can be learned to predict the fine-tuning performance given the features of a pair of dataset and model. Our approach enables integrating existing model selection scores as additional features and model correlation among features. We evaluated the performance with 22 pre-trained models over 40 downstream tasks. The extensive evaluation showed that the learning-based approach can outperform hand-designed methods significantly and benefits from more diverse training data. Now let's look at how traditional feature-based model selection approaches work. Their basic assumption is that the model weights will not change much during fine-tuning, which is mostly true for few-shot case or easy cases. The final fine-tuning solution thus can be applied by a linearized approximation. Therefore, the backbone can extract features on the target set and then estimate the generalization ability on those features using scores such as LFC, PARC, and log-mean. For instance, the label gradient correlation method based on the serial NTK measures the consistency of gradient similarity and label similarity for pairwise samples. In other words, if samples belong to the same class have similar gradients, the model is easier to learn and could generalize better. They further propose simplified version called label feature correlation or LFC, which experiments the gradients with features. The concurrent work PARC has similar calculations as LFC. They further add the number of convolution layers as additional heuristic score, which integrates the prior knowledge that deep neural networks usually generalize better. However, there are several limitations with the feature-based model selection. First, the linearization assumption may not hold when the target dataset is much different from the source dataset, where the weights can be changed a lot during training. Then the model selection score estimate at the beginning becomes less accurate. Just as the figure shows, when we fine-tune 22 ImageNet models on the downstream fine-grained classification tasks, we see poor performance on more difficult tasks such as aircraft, which is known to be different from the ImageNet. On the contrary, the performance on Stanford dogs is much higher. Secondly, integrating additional knowledge becomes more difficult. The heuristics such as number of convolution layers used by PARC cannot actually apply to architectures like VITs. The weight of the heuristic score also needs to be carefully tuned, which makes it hard to scale to other indicators. Furthermore, the effective model is inductive bias such as model capacity actually depends on the dataset. For example, a randomly initialized large model could generalize better than a small pre-trained model on a large dataset. The correlation between model and dataset is actually not considered in the model selection score. To solve these issues, instead of manually designing another model selection criterion, we propose to learn to select models from the training history in a data-driven way. Given the training history matrix, where each cell represents the accuracy, the model selection problem becomes predicting the value of empty cells. A model recommendation system is a perfect solution for this problem. The intuition is that if the training history contains the results of similar dataset and models, it can help for predicting performance for new datasets and models. We can design and extract the meta features of dataset and models, set fine-tuning accuracy as a ground truth, and we can also add relevant features such as feature-based model selection scores as an additional feature. Here we list the meta features that are relevant to performance predictions. For example, the number of classes of the dataset is usually negatively correlated with the performance. The architecture family of the model is also useful, as we see certain type of architectures usually perform well on certain datasets. And we use one-hot representation for categorized features and use log scales for certain scalar features. Here we show the training history we obtained. We first utilize the accuracies of 400 pre-trained ImageNet models, which is publicly available, and then fine-tune 22 of the models on 40 datasets to obtain their best performance. The total training jobs are over 1,200, and the feature dimension is larger than 500. The commonly used recommendation algorithms are linear regression and factorization machines. Linear regression only considers weighted sum of the features, while factorization machine further models the interactions among them. The weights of those feature interactions are calculated via the correlation of their latent representation, so that the effective large model with large dataset can be modeled in this way. Here we design 3 splitting options of the training data, trying to examine the prediction performance with more diverse training examples. The gray cells represent the jobs with available accuracies, and the yellow cells represent the ones to be predicted. We calculate the percent correlation between the ground truth values and the predicted ones for each dataset. The first setting learns only from ImageNet pre-trained models, and we see the learning-based methods perform slightly better than the feature-based methods. However, the advantage comes when the models are randomly initialized. Feature-based methods completely fail to rank the models due to the randomness of each feature. In contrast, learning-based methods still get a reasonable correlation score, which indicates that it correctly learns the importance of other features. The second setting tested whether models learned only from ImageNet training history can generalize to other datasets. The results show that it can outperform the baseline methods with a large margin. The third setting trains on both ImageNet and downstream fine-tuning histories. It verifies that the learning-based methods can significantly benefit from more diverse training data. To summarize, we have shown that the model recommendation can achieve much better performance than traditional model selection, especially when large-scale and diverse training data is available. This enables the model recommendation system to be continuously improved with more accumulated training history. Welcome to check out papers for more details. Thanks for watching.